Hey everyone, this is Teacher Kristen with Life with Kristen. And in this video, we are going to talk about how I reached 300 plus classes in just 3 months. I can't believe it. Today is my 90-day mark with VIPKid, and I am beyond ecstatic to share my journey with you in just these very short 3 months. Most of you know, if you have watched my first video about my first month's check, and at the time that I started, you will know that I started during the Chinese New Year, which is one of the major holidays that our VIPKid students participate in every year. With that being said, my very first month was a slow month. I had 18 classes the entire month, which I felt pretty accomplished with, considering that it was a new start for me as a new teacher and a brand new start to the holiday for our kiddos. So let's dive right in, and I'm going to touch base and talk to you about the different things that I did during that time that was slow in January when I started up till now, and how I achieved that. The first thing I'm going to talk about is I made a decision when I started VIPKid that I was going to be all in, not halfway, not, I don't know, on the fence type feelings, but literally all in. I spent my first month in January not only doing my 18 classes, but I was doing workshop upon workshop upon workshop. And I can't stress to you enough, as I'm sure you've heard from other teachers in VIPKid, that it is important to attend as many of these workshops as possible so that you can better yourself, not only as a teacher, but just have more cultural awareness of the Chinese culture and what their parents expect of us as a VIPKid teacher to their children. Now, my second month in February was better, much better, and my income for February more than doubled. I would say that it was probably about 10 times more than what I had in January. And subsequently, my month of March, which has ended today, it doubled in pay from the month of February. As of today, on my 90-day mark, I have now officially taught almost 350 classes. To me, that is amazing that I've been able to accomplish that many classes in just a short period of time. I am only halfway through my very first contract with VIPKid, and I am ecstatic to see where I land with the number of classes and where I land financially at the end of this first contract. And I will be sharing that with you in a future video, so be prepared and on the lookout for that. The next thing I did, aside from all of the workshops, was I made another goal of my own to try and have as many certificates as possible so that I could open myself to more and more students to eventually teach. I feel like having done this, it has really opened me up for a lot more students and more teaching opportunities. I hold a number of certifications. I believe it's 12 supplementary certifications. I am also certified through levels 1 through 6, and I have a basic 7-level certification. I have worked very hard to get all of those, and in another future video I will also discuss the different requirements and prerequisites that are required for each of the supplementary class courses in order to certify in those. There are some that you have to have taught 30 classes. There are some that you have to have taught 150 classes. And then there's others that you have to teach a minimum of 400 classes. And then of course your feedback from your parents and all that plays a big role into whether or not you can certify in those supplementary courses. Another thing that I did is I did not wait, cannot stress that enough, for the students to find me. I was proactive in opening up my schedule to where it was consistent and the same days and times every week. The only time that has changed has been here recently when we in the States were hit by the virus, and my personal children are home, so I had to revamp my hours a little bit there, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So let's hop on over to my computer and I will show you how I break down my scheduling. I also mark all of my bookings as short notice. That way it opens me up for those short notice trials, which are pretty popular, and then also the short notice in any of the major courses or other supplementaries. So let's go ahead and jump on over to my computer and I will share that information with you. Okay, here we are again on our home page of the teacher portal. And when you're looking to open up your schedule or make bookings, you want to go to this class tab. Hover over it and then these three options will show up: bookings, classrooms, and feedback. You want to click on bookings. This will then take you to your scheduling page. Now, as you can see, this is mine as of this week. Everything that is grayed out, even with the students' names, are classes that I have had or classes that have expired. The ones that are in green are classes that are upcoming, and the blue is classes that I have open for availability should anybody choose to schedule those. Okay, so here we are on an entirely blank schedule page. And just ignore that this says July of 2020. I just haven't scheduled out that far. But let's go ahead and I want to show you a step-by-step walkthrough of how to open your schedule and to select the certain days and times that you would like to teach. Now, you may be noticing that there are some areas on here that say hot and some that say hot and have a red fire mark on them. These that say red and are that say hot and are red, these are the most preferred times, or what we refer to as PPT, peak preferred times. These are the times that the children generally book. However, some of them will book during these hot times. And that means that those are just times that they are not in school, and then of course on their weekends when they also are not in school. And if you scroll down here, it says hot on both Friday and Saturday nights as well. So let's go back up here to the top. This is what a blank schedule will look like when you log in as a new teacher to start scheduling. Now, up here in this top right corner, you have this little button here that looks like a camera, but they call it a lock. And currently right now, the schedule is locked. And you can tell because next to my cursor here, you can see a little lock and it's closed. So we come up here and we hit the lock button. It unlocks it and it makes all of our screen white. This means that this is allowing us to book our classes. So I typically work 12 to the 2 a.m. slot. So I'm going to click on the slot that I want to open. This box will appear and you're going to hit C because that's your course. And then it says available, or you can mark it short notice. I always mark mine short notice because when you mark a class short notice, it allows the parents to book that class within 24 hours of the start time of the class. If you left it as available, a parent would have to book that class 24 hours in advance. So we're going to go ahead and mark it short notice, and we'll just go through here. We just click on the days, the course, short notice if you want short notice. If you don't, you just leave it as available. So you go through here, and I do mine every day, 5 days, 6 days a week, from the 12 to, but I also teach in the mornings. So I like to open up my 4 o'clock. My 4 o'clock a.m. I do not mark as a short notice, just so if nobody books it, I can get a little bit of sleep between here and my other start classes. Okay, so as you can see here, I am opening up my morning classes from 4 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., which technically I call 8 a.m. because it ends at 8 a.m. So I do this with all of our, or my, oops, this is not supposed to be short notice, it's supposed to be available. I mark all of my classes during these time slots 7 days a week. You may ask, well, Kristen, when do you get time to sleep, and how do you juggle that with your family? Well, sometimes life is hard. However, we can make it work. Now, on Sundays, let me go over here. I told you I work this 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. slot 6 days a week. On Sundays, I do not work that time. On Sundays, I open up my courses starting at 4 a.m. and I go to the 8 a.m. slot. This way, it allows me some time to sleep overnight, and I'm not as tired. So let me go ahead and finish filling these in, and then we're going to scroll down to the bottom of this page down here, where this is Friday and this is Saturday. On Friday and Saturday nights, I open a 2-hour block period with short notices so that I can get a few extra classes in. So I guess you would say Sunday, since I don't have as many slots opened, you could say that that's kind of my day for rest. So see, I don't even open these 10 to midnight classes on Sunday night either. That way I can go to bed at 8 or 9, I can sleep, and then I'm ready to start the following Monday at midnight. So, yeah, that's it. So let's speed through this a little bit, and we will get back to the rest of the course, or not course, but okay. So there we go. We have all of our classes scheduled. Now let's go to the following week. And here again, we are still open. It's cleared. We don't have any classes scheduled. But there's an easy trick that if you would like to use, and I use it regularly, is you can go to this button up top here. It's called Copy Last Week's Slots. So if you click on this, it comes up and it pulls up every slot that you had. Oops, I gotta go back and fix that one. But it pulls up every slot that you've already previously scheduled from the prior week. So what you do is you come over here, you hit submit. It tells you that you're copying 87 slots on that week, and you hit confirm. It may take just a couple of seconds for it to process. And as it says, don't restart anything, just let it work its way through. This is an easy tool to use if you're consistent in your scheduling and you don't have a whole lot of changes. I always use this. It just makes things much easier when it comes to scheduling for the weeks out. So here it goes. It says copied. 87 time slots were successfully copied, none failed, and we hit OK. So it'll refresh and voila, we have all of our classes again. Now I'm going to go in here and fix this one, and because it didn't copy over from the previous week, it means I need to go back and fix that. So going forward, you can always use this copy last week's slots if you need to. That is how to open your schedule in a nutshell. Now, if you want to close a class, then all you do is you simply click on the button that says close, and it'll remove it completely from your course. Not your course, but your schedule. Or you can click on this and say you want to turn the short notice off because you don't want it to be a short notice class. That's okay. Just simply click available, and then that means that that particular class right here will only be available 24 hours in advance. So, but I like to keep mine on short notice, and so I'm going to change that back real quick. So there you have it. That is your scheduling in a nutshell. Okay, so now that we're back from looking at my schedule and talking about short notice, bookings, and how my schedule has changed from when I started in January through the end of February, and when it changed in March. So I hope you all found this helpful and inspiring, and maybe even a little encouraging, especially for you new teachers that are just getting started. I hear a lot and I see a lot of messages on Facebook about how bookings are slow. You know, it's been 2 or 3 months and you just don't have anything yet. I promise you, it will take off. And I have found that if you do everything we've discussed in this video, meaning certify in everything, attend all of your workshops, make that scheduling consistent, I really believe that it will start to pick up for you. Just have some faith and hang in there. And I was told the same thing when I started, because I wanted so many more bookings. I just wanted to teach and teach and teach, and I wasn't getting anywhere, and I had to stop. I had to stop and change that mindset and be like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I can do this. Let's make this plan and set those personal goals so that I could attain what I wanted to attain. Again, I am ecstatic that today, March 31st of 2020, has marked my 90-day with VIPKid, and that my income has more than doubled each month since I've started. If you guys found all or any of this information helpful, please hit the subscribe button. And I'm also going to put some other videos in the end cards for everyone to take a look at. Please check the description box below, as well as I've got other links and information posted down there below. And this is Teacher Kristen with Life with Kristen, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.